Hi, everybody. Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Florida State's been on a roll lately, but a winning streak is only important if it continues to be a winning streak. By extending it, we'll see if they can get it done in this one. Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA college football action coming up next with Brad and Kirk on the call. David and I will see you at halftime.
This has really grown as a rivalry over the last couple of years, especially as division rivals. So this should be a good one. McCullough is lined up to kick this one off, and you can feel the thunder in the crowd as they await the start of this game. He's to the 20. He gets out to about the 25-yard line. So let's see what the offense can do as they come out onto the field. Quick strike to the receiver. He's to the 40, and he tackles him hard at the 43.
I'm really liking what I see from this guy. He's not afraid to go to the air on any down.
From their own 43-yard line, it's first down. Oh, and he had some steam on that throw. And they make the stop at the 47.
That's good for a gain of 10 yards. That brings up second and 1.
With a quick throw, and it's intercepted. And who else? It's the senior safety. He's on the run. Inside the 10. Touchdown. Big play. So after some discussion, the call on the field is reversed. From the 26-yard line, first down. Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. Quick throw. And he's shoved out of bounds around the 16-yard line.
That brings up second and 1.
And they'll bring him down behind the line.
The blockers tried to sell the misdirection, but the defenders stayed home and made the play. That's the kind of effort a coach likes to see from his defense.
Third down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Fires it out. The 5. Touchdown, Pat. North Carolina State up 6. And he tacks on the extra point. Let's go to the studio for this Reese Davis update.
The Eagles came into the game ranked 9th. After the bitterly disappointing loss, how far will the pollsters move them down? And for Louisville, they remain red hot. And for Cooper, he pitched it around for more than 250 yards. The Cardinals win it 34-14. In other games, the Hokies were ranked 22nd. Now they'll be lucky to hold on to a spot, any spot, in the poll. And for Virginia Tech, they've now dumped 4 in a row.
Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. Johnson fields it at the 1. Across the 30. The 50. He goes down at the 39-yard line. Let's see how the defense responds now, coming off that big play just a moment ago.
Brad, I know they turned the ball over the last time that they were out here, but it's important for these guys to remember they still have to lead here. Even though the momentum right now might be facing against them, they've got to be able to just settle down and find some confidence in being able to reestablish who they are.
Throws complete, and he stopped immediately.
Alexander with the tackle at the 33-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. Tries to fit it in there, and it'll be intercepted.
He telegraphed that throw. He eyed his receiver the whole way. That was an easy read by the defense.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 27-yard line. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Makes it out to about the 46. And he has a huge run.
I'll tell you right now, this guy is arguably one of the fastest players in college football today. There you see him turn it upfield with such fluidity and quickness.
North Carolina State is up 7. Here's an opening, and he hits him hard at the 42-yard line. So with that run, they pick up another first.
It's a nice job again up front by the offensive line. They're doing a good job of neutralizing the defensive front, and it's allowed them to move the ball down the field.
First and 10. Ball on the 42. Tackle at the 44-yard line.
Well, I think it's safe to say the defense had his number on that one. It can be very frustrating for a running back when he's stopped before he even gets going.
From the 44-yard line, it's 2nd down. Fires out to his wideout. He's taken down at the 45-yard line. A 1-yard loss.
Not much going on there. Those kind of plays will not work against this defense. You can be sure of that.
Here they come. And down he goes at the 26.
Perfect timing here between the quarterback and the wide receiver. That's a big gain and more than enough for the first down.
From the 26-yard line. First down. Empty backfield. Quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. He gets rid of this one. This is the 8th play of this drive.
Kirk, good news. The guy that we saw go to the locker room with that injury earlier is back on the sideline, and I got to bet he's going to be back in the game soon.
Quick pass. Inside the 10. He steps out of bounds, and now it's going to be first and goal. Looking to go up 2 touchdowns. North Carolina State is up a score. Touchdown, Wolfpack. And he converts the extra point. They line up to kick this one away. Johnson fields it at the 3. At the 30. He's taken down at the 31-yard line. Quarterback couldn't maintain possession on their last drive. Let's see what he does here.
He's got a lot of time to forget about that last tip. He's just got to stick to the game plan.
Finds his man. First down. At the 30. To the 20. To the 10. And he will score. He splits the uprights with the extra point. Cook has the ball all teed up, and he's ready to kick this one off. Sends it sailing downfield. And they can forget about returning this one.
Florida State's got some new faces on the roster that they're expecting some big things from, partner. And, you know, that's what's great about college football. New faces every year, unexpected stars, and the newcomers that kind of splash onto the scene.
The offense now will take the field, and they hope to have the same success they had on their last drive.
I love to watch a quarterback when he can really get into sync with his wide receivers. These guys have worked all week on their preparation to attack this defense, and right now it's really paying off.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 25-yard line. Second down. North Carolina State up 7 points. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. And he's level at the 28. The quarterback in the gun. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Slings it. Knocked out of bounds. The 39-yard line.
Good job here by the receiver. Look the ball in and ensure he had possession. That's the right way to catch a pass.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 39. He's at midfield. That's a great tackle at the 49.
Super effort by the tailback to pick up a nice gain and a first down. He's really a good-looking ball carrier.
They come out in a 5-wide set. Off balance, and they can't connect. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 49. He's at the 40. Brought down around the 31-yard line. Hands off to the left, and they wrestle him down behind the line.
Call a loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Here's the 8th play of the series. North Carolina State is up by a touchdown. He's got an opening. Tackle made at the 14-yard line. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 14-yard line. They'll spread the field with 5 wide. He has some room. Touchdown, North Carolina State. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. From the 7. Tackle made at the 26-yard line.
I think any good football team has to have an ability to answer, and that's exactly what we just saw. One team scores a touchdown, the other team comes right back and puts another touchdown on the board. This is getting exciting.
6 points and a pretty display of passing was a result of their last drive. Kirk, do you expect the defense to take a different approach here?
When this quarterback is on, he is on. It already seems like whatever this defense is trying just isn't working. But maybe if they add just a little bit more pressure, then they might be able to force him into a mistake.
A quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers. Throws it to outside. They knock it down, incomplete.
That was a heads-up play by the corner, but it would have never happened if the receiver would have come back to the ball instead of waiting for it to fall into his lap.
From their own 40-yard line. 2nd down. They bring him down in the backfield. We've played 1 quarter. North Carolina State in front, 21-7. And we're ready for more football here in quarter number 2. Catches it, and he's looking for more. He's at the 40. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, FSU! And he adds the extra point. Florida State to kick this one off. Nice kick, plenty of distance. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. Just amazing, Herbie. We've seen 4 straight possessions now in which the offenses have scored. With 1 quarter down, I really haven't seen too much separation between these 2 squads. Might be neck and neck the whole way. 5 wide. Hand off on the counter. He's tackled at the 35-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and inches.
So it's 2nd down, and they're only about a foot away from picking up the 1st down. North Carolina State is up 7. And they make the stop at the 50. They come out in an empty backfield. And he's taken down at the 48.
Gain of 2 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Ball on the 48-yard line. He's gobbled up in the backfield.
The D-line did a good job of nullifying out the blocks up front, and that allowed the linebacker to roam free and make the tackle in the backfield.
Defense goes with the extra defensive backs as the offense comes up 5 wide. Gets rid of it quickly, and that was almost picked.
Well, the quarterback's breathing a huge sigh of relief because he got away with throwing what should have been an interception.
Booming kick. This one will go into the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. Gets it out to the wideout, and he's got the first. And they push him out at about the 43-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
From their own 43-yard line, it's 1st down. He's on the run. Fires it out. They'll bring him down at the 27.
1st down.
Brad, I just think this quarterback's got to do a much better job of being able to read that defense and make quicker decisions. And especially when the defense starts to get pressure, you've got to either get rid of that football or check it down or take off and run with it.
From the 27-yard line, it's 2nd down. Here's a running play. And he gets a yard on the run.
Nice play here by the senior to make the sure tackle. It's not very often that someone's able to shake this guy.
Fires quickly, and they got it. Touchdown. Here comes the kicker to try to tie this game up. He makes the PAT. Let's get an update now. Here's Reese Davis. Reese?
As we check in on the Pac-12, the weather perfect for the passing game, and it is flying.
Looks like they're ready for the kick. He just drills this one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. This is the point in the game where you don't want to make any mistakes that give the other guys a reason to feel more confident going into halftime. He's to the 40. Across midfield. Tackle at the 38.
That's always a big blow to a defense to give up a long run like that. You'll see a lot of those guys hanging their head.
So we've got a 1st down after a great running play. 5 guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun. He's under pressure. He sails it long. Incomplete. Almost picked off.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Gets to about the 37-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 1 yard. That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Third down, and they need to get it to the 28. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Across the middle, intercepted. Scrambling around. Fires out to his wideout. And he's tackled at midfield. They got 4 yards on that one.
You know, little passes like this force the defense to start to come up. Then you can see an offense take their chances downfield later to take advantage of the defense starting to cheat up.
From midfield, it's 2nd down. Pulls it in, and he's in the open field. And down he goes at about the 21. He's got 100 yards in the game now.
You know, if you were to ask this defense who wants to cover this guy, I bet you nobody's going to raise their hand because this receiver is embarrassing them.
And we've still got time left here in the 2nd quarter, so this kid could really end up with a big game. And he's going to be sacked for a loss. And for Anderson, that's his 5th sack of the season.
I'll tell you what, this guy seems to give maximum effort on every play. He is so hard to keep off the quarterback.
They find themselves in a hole here after that sack at 2nd and long. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. They bring him down.
You can't take sacks like that as a quarterback. You just can't. If you can't find a receiver, get out of the pocket and throw the ball away.
Quick pass. He's taken down at about the 25-yard line. Wow, a long game, but still not enough for the first.
Well, the offense hurt themselves by digging themselves into a hole on 1st and 2nd down, so the defense didn't really have to put too much thought in how to defend on that 3rd down.
And he nails the long field goal. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff.
Set to return.
He really got a hold of that kick. And they can forget about returning this one. Things have been really wild and woolly in this first half. Kirk, what do you think?
I just hope they have enough oxygen down there for the skill players. I mean, I haven't seen this kind of offensive production by both teams in the first half in a long time.
He's out of bounds at the 34. Get to that quickly. Nice pickup as they connect on the pass play.
Well, they look to be in sync right now. They're both reading the defense properly, and the result is a nice game.
Short yardage situation here. It's 2nd down and 1.
36.
Caught, and that's her first down. Brought down around the 48-yard line. Gets out to around the 32. From the 32-yard line. First down. They come out in a 5-wide set. Under pressure. They bring the quarterback down. And for Banks, he's having a good year. 5 sacks on the season now.
He really fought to get to the quarterback that time. He's certainly shown that he can get it done on a week-to-week basis.
Here's a run up the gut, but nothing going there. Novak only picks up about a yard there on the draw play.
That's the senior safety that made that tackle. Great job of providing run support from the secondary.
Third down now, and they need to get it to the 22. Zips it out to his runner, and he's got him again. He's at the 20. Tackle made at the 14. They might be coming here.
Here we go. 395.
Fires quickly, and he's got his man. And he tacks on the extra point. A nice 7-play, 75-yard drive, and it results in a touchdown. North Carolina State gets set to kick this one away. And he got all of this one. Great kick. He's to the 20, and he's tackled at the 28-yard line. Florida State's offense has struggled here in the second quarter. Kirk, what do they need to do to get going on this next drive?
Well, Brad, I think they need to reestablish the rhythm that they had early in this game and just kind of go back to the basics of what that game plan was. Running the football, a passing game that you have confidence in, just trying to become a little bit more balanced, and then I think you'll find that rhythm and make it easier to drive the ball and put points on it.
And he can't get away from the pressure.
Coaches don't like it when the quarterback gets hit like that. Don't be surprised to see the old coach get on his lineman to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
Defense looking for another sack in this second down and long situation. They'll spread the field with 5 wide. He scrambled. Going long. The 50. And got him. He's tackled at the 32.
That makes it first and 10.
The quarterback in the gun. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers in the formation. He goes downtown. And he stays in bounds to make the catch.
That makes it first and goal.
So after the big pass play, we have a first and goal. Got to be careful of a pass play with this defense. Touchdown, Seminoles. Trying to go up by 3. They'll kick the extra point. And he converts the extra point. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. Excellent kick. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. Run, and he's brought down. We've still got a half of football remaining. The Seminoles with a 3-point lead. Great first half. Hopefully the second half's as good.
Carr back to return.
Sends it sailing downfield. And they can forget about returning this one. This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. Under pressure. Gets it off as he's hit. Complete. And they make the stop around the 27-yard line. From their own 27-yard line. Second down. 5 5 wide. Got some open field. He's to the 40. He's at midfield. And they finally knock him out at the 42. Get him in the backfield.
That brings up 2nd and 15.
From the 45-yard line. 2nd down.
51, Mike. Mike 51.
Nice run up the middle. Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. Fires out to his receiver. And he's taken down at the 15-yard line. From the 15-yard line. 1st down. Halfback's got it on the quick throw. Touchdown, NC State. North Carolina State holds a field goal lead. And he hits the PAT. Has the ball all teed up, and he's ready to kick this one off. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 20. Across the 30. Down the sideline. He gets hit out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Now, what a game it's been for this quarterback, Kirk.
Well, this is really just one of those games where it's all coming together. He's making the right reads, he's delivering the football in rhythm, and the most important thing is he's playing with confidence. And right now, this guy is having one of those performances that makes his defense have to make some kind of adjustments because he's in a zone. And if you don't do anything to get him out of that zone, it's going to be a long day for this defense.
And he's got it. From the 19-yard line, it's 1st down. Nice run there. Adams gets about 4 yards on the play.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
They'll bring him down at the 12-yard line. Johnson gets 3 yards on the carry.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
So it's 3rd down, and they've got about 2 yards to go. They tackle him there, and he's still going to be short. Tackle at about the 7-yard line.
Number 27 makes the tackle at the 7-yard line. That makes it 1st and goal.
It's 1st down, and they'll be looking for 6 points here. Fires it out, and he's tackled at the 5.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the defense gives up some free yards to the offense.
You know, penalties can ruin a team's chances to win if they commit too many.
First and goal from the 2. Let's see if they just don't try to power their way into the end zone here. They're crowding that line of scrimmage. Touchdown, FSU! And a very surprising call here as they choose not to kick the extra point and go up by a field goal. Florida State holds just a 2-point lead. He's in for the conversion. Let's get the latest now from Reese Davis.
Update time from the top 25. And for USC, they're in danger of losing 2 straight.
They line up to kick this one away.
Novak back to return.
Nice kick, plenty of distance. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback.
Both teams have really answered the bell here in the third quarter, Kirk.
Well, exciting to see what these offenses have been able to do here. To be able to come out and score in your first drive tells you a lot about what they did during the half.
They're ready to start another drive, hoping to duplicate the results of the last one, which ended in a touchdown.
So much of the passing game is about the timing between the quarterback and his wide receivers. Right now with this offense, they are in sync, and really the timing and execution is flawless.
From their own 30-yard line, second down. He gets another carry, and down he goes at the 31-yard line.
That's a gain of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. He's to the 40. Slides down to the ground.
That makes it 1st and 10.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 45. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Throws back across his body, and this one's intercepted. He has some room. Down the sideline. And the safety's all alone, and no one's going to catch him. He makes the PAT. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He just drills this one. And they can forget about returning this one. It's going to be interesting now to see if this quarterback can put that last throw behind him.
This quarterback needs to be a little bit more careful because this defense is excellent on capitalizing off of mistakes.
And he makes it out to about the 27-yard line.
Gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
From their own 27-yard line, it's second down. They come out in an empty backfield. Gets it. He's in space. He's taken down at the 37-yard line. Carrier. They'll knock him down for a loss.
That is a loss of 2 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
From their own 35-yard line, it's second down. And he is drilled at the 43.
Throws it in a hurry. Down at the 46.
Mackey on the tackle at the 46-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and 1.
Mason to punt. He takes it at the 12. He's pushed out of bounds at the 33.
Return for a gain of 21 yards.
The quarterback leads the offense back out onto the field as we get set to resume play. Big opening. Tackle made at the 44.
That's a gain of 23 on the play. First down.
That's 3 down and 1 to go. Florida State's in front by 11. Into the 4th quarter now, and we're back to the action.
Watch 14. Watch 14.
In your face.
Throws complete. He's got room to work. He's knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Gain of 10 yards. That'll make it 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd down, and they're about the length of the football from the first down marker. Makes it out to about the 26.
Gain of 8 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That brings him 2nd and 5.
It's 2nd and 5 here. Ball on the 21. Fires to his receiver. First down.
Jackson brings him down at the 14-yard line. First down.
And they get nice yardage on that run.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They're giving away free yards and only making life easier for the guys on the other side of the ball.
First down, and they've got their eyes on that goal line. Runs left and can't get back to the line of scrimmage.
That brings him 2nd and goal.
And this play is number 8 on the drive. Screen pass, and they push him out around the 7-yard line. White picks up about a yard with that completion. The defense has really held their own the last 2 plays. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 7. Now he's scrambling. They bring the quarterback down.
The kick is up, and it's through the uprights. Florida State to kick. And he got all of this one. Great kick. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. The offense is looking to be a little bit more successful with this drive as they had to punt the ball away the last time they had it. Novak on the inside handoff.
I just didn't have my mic on.
You're not going to see this very often from this running back. He just got gobbled up pretty deep in the backfield.
That makes it 2nd and 14.
Second and 14. Ball on the 21. A quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers. Pitches it. He's got the corner. He's out to the 30. And now he's got room to run. And they finally push him out at the 34-yard line.
Now that is exactly how you draw up the option. When this offense is executing the option effectively, they are a tough team to stop from moving the ball.
First down and 10 to go after the big gain on the run. They'll go with the run once again. Knocked out of bounds at the 27.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Receiver's got it on the screen. And he's tackled right away. A 1-yard loss.
Really, they just had nowhere to go after the catch.
That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Getting ridiculous.
From the 28-yard line, it's 3rd down. 5 wide. Quick throw out to the receiver, incomplete. And they're going to get somebody for interference on that play. Let's see who the call is on.
Offense.
These guys, especially in the secondary, really get after it and can make life hard for the play callers on the other side of the ball.
And it's the offense that takes the field on 4th down.
Give me that. Yeah, boy. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back.
Tries to thread the needle, and it's not going to work.
Now, the quarterback should have thrown that one out of bounds. There was just no room to get it past that safety.
Yeah, they started out pretty good this year, and then they got hurt.
He lets it go. Tipped away. He threw that to a guy who was well covered, and it almost got intercepted.
Yeah, he's very lucky. That ball was only tipped.
Then lost their quarterback against
2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 25.
Florida State. Florida State gave up that game. They choked it.
And he's going to come up with a sack. And it was the defensive lineman that was able to make the play.
And the defense came up with some pressure there with the blitz. The quarterback wasn't able to get rid of it, and the result, of course, is a sack.
Less than 3 minutes in the game.
Boy, been playing great today.
Fires fires out to his receiver. And he's taken down at the 39. Well defended, but it's complete for good yardage.
Just a risky throw here by the quarterback. You cannot keep tossing it up into the secondary like that and expect your guy to come down with it every time.
Yeah,
the defense is going to jump on one of those and take it the other way.
1st and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line. This one is batted away.
That's a really athletic play when you're right at the point of attack. You don't have a whole lot of time to react, but he moved very quickly, and he got his hands in the way of the pass.
He fights forward to about the 40.
Man, I just want this game to be over.
North Carolina State will take their first time out of the half. And they'll look to convert here on another 3rd down. And they get the sack.
He has one job on passing situations. Get to the quarterback. And he did that job very, very well on that play.
Allen awaits the snap. Oh, excellent punt. He's out to the 30. He gets hit out of bounds at the 34.
Easy, lost his running back, I think.
The quarterback threw an interception on their last drive. Let's see if they can be more successful here.
Anytime you give the ball away, it's a disappointment. So these guys want to show that they can hang on to it.
What is this?
Gets it out quick, and it's going the other way.
User picks.
He's at the 40. And they make the stop at about the 31. Well, that interception is going to seal the fate in this one. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 31-yard line. Less than 2 minutes in the 4th quarter. And he's tackled around the 30-yard line. Hill gains about a yard on the play.
There was simply no daylight on that play. The defender came in and dropped the hammer.
Got a man, watch out here. He's tackled at the 12-yard line.
Gain of 18 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 12.
Down! Down! Blue 42! Blue 42!
He takes a knee, looking to take some
Good
time
question.
off that clock.
I don't remember.
We're down to our final minute of this ball game.
Great question.
Set! Blue Knight! Hot!
Takes a knee.
Early 2000s, I think. I think they did.
Down! Oklahoma!
And this one comes to an end. Our final count in this game, Florida State 49, North Carolina State 35.
And the North Carolina State Wolfpack.
So that wraps things up for us. For EA Sports and Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Brad Nessler saying thanks, and we'll see you next time.
1979 is the last time they won it. $1979. Oh, Kentucky's got 8 championships now. I'll be talking bad about my Cats. It's my second team. Kentucky's got 8 championships now. Talking bad about my Cats. It's my second team. Kentucky's got 8 championships now. Oh, I'm gonna go to bed. Time to go to sleep. Football? Like 1952. Basketball was 2012. And freaking Coach Cal's choked a lot of championships lately. Alright. Let me end this. It's all good. He has to have someone else do his dirty work.